wrong and who changed my life in the process. Steve Muthe was my age. He was 25 at the time, and he ran an internet cafe in Nairobi and told me about his city's unemployment problem. The Kenyan elections in 2007 had resulted in mass riots in the streets. I thought people were rioting because they were angry about the electoral process. Steve laughed when I told him this. He said, "These people aren't angry, they're working." Apparently, the youth who filled the streets and the images on the news were paid $1 a day to riot. $1 a day. That's all it costs to rent a human brain on the other side of the world. Steve told me that Kenya had one of the highest literacy rates in Africa. 95% of people under 30 can read and write, but most of them can't find anything to do when they graduate from secondary school. I had just read Thomas Friedman's book, The World is Flat, and I thought, if outsourcing was generating billions of dollars for a few rich guys in India and China, why couldn't the same model generate a few dollars for billions of people in poor countries? Why couldn't we convert internet cafes like Steve's into digital factories in every village and slum, fueled by work from large corporations sitting on coffers full of cash? Everyone I told about my idea said it wasn't feasible. But of course, that made me want to pursue it harder. So I quit my job, gave up my nice apartment in New York, and I launched a social business called Samasource from my friend's couch, as we do in Silicon Valley. Sama means equal in Sanskrit, and our mission is to give work rather than handouts. We are a different kind of technology company. We build tools to connect the world's poorest people to income via the internet, using a concept that we invented called Microwork. Microwork refers to any small task that a person can do with a computer and an internet connection. So here's a simple example. A parking company came to us last year and said, "We can't train our software to determine whether there's a car in each of these parking spots or not. So Samasource workers log into our website, look at images one by one, and mark the ones that have cars in them." We built a 5-step model to apply Microwork to every major company. Workers can digitize books for Google. They can transcribe receipts for Intuit during tax time. They can make sense of conflicting user data submitted by LinkedIn. Microwork allows people in these small digital factories to complete big projects, and it has enormous growth potential. When I first met Steve, he had 4 people working for him. Now he has over 150 people, and we have a network of more than 20 Steves who are local entrepreneurs running these digital factories in 6 countries. This model works. We've paid out over $1.3 million to some of the poorest people the world had written off. People like Shaleen, a woman in our rural center in Haiti who supports 8 people with her new paycheck. People like Neha, a young girl from a conservative Muslim family in India who has never been allowed outside of her house to work before. People like Sam and Tony, 2 young men from the slums of Nairobi. Tony, we found out, is putting his younger sister through school with this new income. Right now, there is more than $300 billion of microwork sitting in the budgets of large companies. It could go to traditional outsourcing firms, or it could go towards satisfying Dr. King's audacious belief. Give work, and every family can afford 3 meals a day for their bodies. Give work, and every child can enjoy education and culture for her mind. Give work, and one day in the deep future, people everywhere can enjoy dignity, equality, and freedom for their spirits. Thank you.